Seven Hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And away we go in Cincinnati. Fielded at the 7. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. He'll start this one out with Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson. His first throw is an interception. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly considered too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Wilson. He lobs it deep middle. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Offense in the hurry up here. Hall takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back to the 5.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Only 1 yard there. Back-to-back stops. And decision time now on 4th and goal. And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41. Slot receiver headed left. First down throw. Here's Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Right up the gut. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down, ball at the 36. Go! Play fake, it's Love. Completed to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Come 19, come 19, baby.
From the 32. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
On first down, they'll run. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals finish off their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Moody knocks that extra point through. And the Bengals drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Kickoff taken at the 3. And his return's going to go out of bounds and set them up with a drive starting from the 20. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. They've got a man in motion. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Browns a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They've got first down from the 31. Wilson now from the gun. They connect on the deep shot. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Throwing out to the left, cut. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the gun, it's Hall. Big gap up the middle. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's a 2-score game early. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Ready to go with the second quarter. And it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. The give here on second.
We call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Got to figure out this third down here. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Hand off to the back. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Working quickly here. Takes the handoff, now Love. Lays out left side and gets it. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
40-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Able to find Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Okay, ready?
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Set. Go.
Shotgun now for Love. Has the connection to Jones. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They give it to him again. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down.
Go.
Love out of the shotgun. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Love looking to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
3rd and long. Here's Love. Cut near the goal line. And he's touchdown after a nice pickup there to get the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he gets him 1 as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Come on, set.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bengals grow their lead just before halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the Bengals lead by 15 now. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they'll have it across midfield as he runs out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, it's Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Caught, nice gain left side. And they take him down right along the 30.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down throw from Wilson. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it sets up second down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Second and 10 now. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Bengals are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
On first and 10, here's Love. Dump off caught by his back. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Rolling into enemy territory. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
From the pistol, here's Love. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Now, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Offense up to the line fast. Here's 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. So that brings them to 3rd down. He'll throw it. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Play fake, it's Love. Jones reels it in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here.
70 range, 70 range.
First down throw, here's Love. He puts everything behind this one. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Finds a seam down the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On play action now, Wilson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Ready? 19, 5 here. Let's stay 19.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Wilson to throw again. Stays in the pocket. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Bengals are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
So the incompletion on first, here's second and goal.
Let's go now. 19 Lions. Go.
Love from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Love now on third and goal. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals parlay the interception into points. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play. Yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used a pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Wilson on the play fake. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Takes the handoff, now Love. And that one's caught along the left sideline. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Thrown on first down, Love. To the outside, it's intercepted. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Rush coming for Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Browns are lined up to punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Bengals are set up quite well for their next possession. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Ready?
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they face 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He finds space for a few yards that time. Brought down by Quay Walker. Working quickly here. Throwing his love on 3rd. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Here we go, set.
Love now. He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
19 tight. Check up.
Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Hey, check that. Street.
Wilson now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Searches from the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Browns with the ball, but they enter this fourth quarter at a massive deficit. The Browns are lining up to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 45 yards on the punt there. And they'll have a short field in front of them as they take over. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Trap 60, go!
From the pistol, here's Love. He sends this one to the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. Second down coming up.
Let's go!
Now he'll throw off the play fake. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they're unable to pile another 3 onto that lead.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul, somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's second down coming up. Wilson looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Here's Wilson to the air. And they make the tackle at the 38. Offense up to the line fast. Wilson now, first and 10. Taking a big shot for the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns putting up points in a game decided. That one splits the uprights. And the Browns take 7 points off the deficit.
Browns 13.
They're going down swinging. We see here getting ready for an onside kick. And the Bengals hands team does its job recovering that kick. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
He lofts it deep left. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Browns take over on his 5th interception of the season.
First down 10 at their own 6-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wilson connects with the open man downfield. The 30. The 10. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments?
What?
I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
Now a give running right. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd.
Play fake. It's Love. Completed to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
19, Cowboy 8.
10 at the 21-yard line.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
1st down throw. Here's Love. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
70 Timberwolves.
No
Hawk
gain on the
70,
play.
Hawk 70.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
To the air with Love. On the move, headed right. Finds a man right side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Let's go now.
Here we go, right up the gut. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Bengals moments away from their 4th win of the year. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. A little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. Moody knocks it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal.
Set. Ready.
Running it after the penalty. Crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals continue piling onto this lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
They start the drive with Hall. And he drives it up past the 45. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Wilson on 3rd down. And they pick him off again. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and it happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
No luck finding his receiver that time, and it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Wide open down the field, and he has it. That's a Cleveland touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns trail by 22 now. And the Bengals hands team does its job recovering that kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Has the connection to Jones. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Has it at the 7. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Play action. It's Wilson. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
1st down throw from Wilson. And they pick him off again. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Love now. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Love to throw again. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Go!
They send the tight end in motion left. Love from the gun. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. And they draw first.